Hi, everyone. I am Raymond Sharp. This is my lovely wife.
Tanesha Sharp.
And we're here to jump in. Today, we want to talk to y'all from the topic perspective of, do you love me? Again, do you love me? Love is something that's very interesting to talk about as adults because growing up, a lot of us felt like, we allowed our emotions to get into what we felt love was. We liked the way someone looked, the way someone dressed, how somebody would make us look. And we had all these things that we said, okay, I love them. But really, we didn't love them. We loved what they could provide us. We loved how
they made us feel.
Yeah, how they make you feel. And we really didn't understand who they were as a person. And what we decided to do in our immaturity is decide that we want to put love and throw around this big, beautiful word of love.
We did.
Trying to define how someone made us feel, but basically we never knew who that person was. We had an idea of who they were, but we really didn't know truthfully who this person really was. So as we become more mature and we start to notice things, it's like, oh, you're not the person I thought you were.
Yeah.
No, you never got to know that person. They was like that the whole time, but you never took time to get to know them.
Wow.
So because of that, we find ourselves in precarious situations after we tell people that we love them.
Ooh, now that's good. That's a good point.
After we learn this, do you love me? I think we have to slow down and teach even our children how to slow down and correctly identify how to get into healthy relationships, what to actually look for. And really, again, this becomes an issue because, again, as we mature, as we get further in a relationship, we're going somewhere with this because we want people to understand that if you're in a relationship and you feel like things are stale, things aren't moving forward, there could be some disappointment and there could be some revelation. Like, you're not the person I thought you were. But in some cases, you're not the person I created in my head and I thought you were. And because you're not that, I need to change you. So now there's resentment and all other things. And so I said too much. No. I think.
No, keep going.
But in all seriousness, we have to really get to a point where we are correctly assess where we are and why we're struggling. And it's easy for people to say that you never loved me. In a lot of cases, that's true because you never got the chance. Yeah. You never took the chance to get to know the person that you're with. Again, we like how they look, how they dress, what they drove, how much money. We like all these other things. And sadly, we've become a product of what we consume because a lot of us, we consume social media. And on social media, you see a lot of these things that there's qualifications that have nothing to do with who the person is.
Yes.
So do you love me? Do you love me?
And not only that, you see other couples like, I want what they have. And it's like, like, don't do that. Like, you don't know what they have.
You don't know what they've been through.
You don't know what
some people don't have what you think they have.
Exactly.
And when I say they don't have what you think they have, they don't have, they see, I guess, cars, and they don't realize a lot of this stuff is rented.
Yes.
They don't really realize that it's a show that people can rent. You can rent out. Couples
can face stuff too.
It's terrible.
Just doing it together.
It's terrible.
Instead of separate.
By the nature of my business, there's things I know. I don't want to hurt y'all feelings, but a lot of stuff is staged.
Be careful with that. Seriously, because sometimes you would compare your relationship. Like sometimes you'll feel like your relationship is really going through a tough time, but some things that you go through is just common to all relationships. Everybody has communication issues that they have to work through. Everyone gets offended with their spouse. I mean, a lot of times, sometimes you have a season where you're just not seeing eye to eye with your spouse. Like some things are normal. And as you connect with other couples, you realize, oh, this is something that all couples go through. But if you are not careful, you'll feel like your relationship is the only one that's going through it. And something's wrong with your relationship when there's nothing wrong with it. So sometimes people are literally throwing away their relationship or marriage because they feel like it's unrepairable or something is not normal because, I see this couple over here, they seem happy, and this couple over there. Of course, no one's not going to show like their worst days. But be careful because some things that you go through as a couple is normal. But, let's go back to love.
Yes. And another thing too with love is again, do you love the person enough to understand them and to make their needs your needs.
Yeah,
Make their concerns your concerns. And say, instead of saying, oh, you're going to have to figure that out. And even though if you don't say you're going to have to figure that out, we do that. You be like, oh, how was your day at work? Oh, my day was rough, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. But to offer up no encouragement to say, you know what, tomorrow's going to be a better day, or what can I do to make your day better? It's like they might have had a rough day, but you have no input on how it affected them. And, and again, if it affects them, it affects you. But some people don't have that perspective.
And it makes you feel like you're alone in a relationship when it's like, I'm going through this, but I feel like I can't talk to you. I feel like you don't even want to know, or you don't even really care what I'm going through. And especially in a marriage, like that person's supposed to be really the main person that you come to with what you have going on, because it's intimate. It's a.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of us are married to our friends, our best friends.
Okay.
Because they share everything they should be sharing with their spouse to their best friend. Their spouse don't know. See, this is the problem. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of issues in marriage is because you're not going to the person that you should go to. You're so used because you should go to your spouse. It's like if you go to usually my wife is my first line of defense. I go straight to my wife. Say, hey babe, this was going on. Blah 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 blah. She spends the most time with me. I know my wife knows what to do with what I tell her, because we spent countless hours like reshaping and refocusing our level of commitment, our level of communication, our level of understanding of one another. There's certain things I can tell her that she knows that it may sound like a criticism or a harsh criticism to some people, but she knows my heart is never to hurt her. Yeah. My wife knows that. My wife is to help improve her. And I feel like I've gotten better over the years with how I communicate, because I used to be direct, but I know now how to approach her. So even though, on one hand, I feel like being direct is the best way. Now I know, okay, this is how I need to approach my wife about a myriad of different issues. And because of that, I believe that we've overcome and are doing well in many areas because of that. I say all that to say this. There are times in marriage where like people mature at different levels. There are times where you have to take a step back and say, okay, we're not on the same page. Why aren't we on the same page? But then it requires work to get on the same page.
Yeah.
And again, do you love me? Do you love the person I'm becoming? I'm not talking about growing apart, but it's just understanding that, okay, by virtue of our ages, I'm like 2.5 years older than her. Yeah. So there's certain perspectives I have that my wife is like, she's like, you know what? I'm like, yep. Okay, now we're on the same page.
Yeah.
So it takes time. And there's certain things because of my wife's background and her upbringing, she is bringing to me like, Raymond, this is how you have to look at it. I'm like, you know what? You're right. And it's a constant reshaping, remolding. And because I love her and she loves me, I'm willing to go through that with them instead of saying, I need to find somebody else because I don't want to go through that. Because I love you.
And that's why it is important to marry somebody that can bring perspective. Or, and it's not even about who's right or who's way. It's about, hey, well, have you thought about it like this? And then he might say, well, have you thought about it like this? And you come up with your own. I mean,
do what works for you.
That's the awesome thing about relationships, because you guys are just like creating this amazing thing together. You're becoming one. And that's why it's important to, even if you're dating, to practice this, to become one. Be truly concerned and be passionate about, the things that your spouse is passionate about. Let it mean something to you. I mean, you may not be like super excited about it, but do a little research about it. When it comes to the holidays and gifts, go ahead and seek out, ways to surprise them with something that they actually love and enjoy, and become one. Like, really be concerned. When he says like he's having a bad day or something's going on, I want to figure out, my mind automatically goes, what can I do? How can I, do I need to take him on do a date and I just set up everything? Do I need to, maybe take the day off and rearrange some things with my schedule? Or what do I need to do? Do we need a vacation, a little small weekend getaway? Like, what do I need to do to help him during this season to get through it? Because I'm telling you, they're not going to forget what you sacrificed. They're not going to forget how you spoke to them. Oh, if you were kind, if you just brushed them off and act like they didn't mean anything in that season because you were busy and worried about, whatever you had going on, and it was always about you. they're going to remember that. And then when they come out of the season, they will treat you accordingly. Like they're either going to treat you like you're the best thing in the world because you handled them very delicately while they were delicate, like when they were in a low place.
Yeah.
You knew what to do with them.
And it's so true. You reap what you sow. And whenever you some people are so focused on all that they're doing, but I'm telling you, some people get to a place where they have a lot going on. They're low. You know, they're going to remember that you was compassionate and that you was caring and that you helped them through that season. I can honestly say I've been through probably 3, maybe 4 seasons in our marriage where like I was like pretty much just going through something that was like devastating. Like emotionally, I didn't have it. She made sure that the kids treated me a certain way. She made sure the kids always loved on me, always respected me. And it was, I'm thankful for that because now that I came out, I always, my wife jokes with me. She's like, I don't ask you for anything because she knows.
Oh, you're going to give me. Yeah,
she said she's certain things. She's like, I'm not going to ask for it because she wants to.
The season for it.
Yeah, she wants to maintain the budget.
Yeah, we're going to maintain the budget.
But I would be, and this is why I love her is because she cares about, well, not the only reason I love you, but she cares enough about me to do what's best for me and to be unselfish in those times. And I think that's what hurts a lot of people, that in their time of need, I don't have anybody. I'm in a relationship where I would do everything for, but they wouldn't do the same for me. And that goes back to another thing too. We have to be really assess the relationships we're in because we're in this time now where I'm hearing this more and more. I'm just like, man, this is interesting. People say, I like who likes me. So the one person got exactly who they wanted. The other person just liked the fact that you like them. They don't like you. They just like that you like them. And that's why some people can leave relationships so easily and some people are getting devastated. So really, you have to ask difficult questions. Wow. You have to ask the right question, not this superficial, what are your interests, what are your goals? No, get to some real nitty gritty, like, oh, I love you. What do you love about me?
And I think, too, another way of saying I love you is, you know, because I have you, I know what to do with you. Like, I'm not going to take you for granted.
Come on.
You know, I'm not going to act like you don't really matter. I'm not going to get comfortable. Like, that's saying, you know, I'm in this thing with you. I'm committed and I love you, you know. And so, you know, sometimes people get some amazing man or amazing woman in their life and they just don't know what to do with it. If you really feel like you don't know what to do with it or you're not healed enough, that's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother conversation. You know, then, you know, and you may not be ready for that. You know, you may not be ready for it because you're going to do more damage but if you know what to do with what you have, you know how to nurture and take care of it. And, you know, you're going to have something amazing, but you can't take it for granted. You got to know what you have and know what to do with what you have. I've been in relationships in the past that they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know what to do with me. And so, and I'm just like, you get me. You did all this to get me. You got me and don't know what to do with me. And really all it was is keep doing what they did in the beginning because you got me.
But see, it wasn't in their heart.
Yes. So what do you do with what you have? If you love it, if you work so hard to get it, now you got it, you know. So.
Well, it's my blessing and I take it.
I mean, I'm good now. I'm like, wow, he knows exactly what to do. Like he knows exactly what to do. He can and honestly, if they don't know what to do with you, don't get mad at them. Like let them go because there's somebody else out there. There's somebody else out there that does know what to do with you. So let that not be a bitter thing. You just go ahead and
let me help y'all out too. Because if you've been in a relationship and you said, you know, I need them to see this about me, or why can't they see this? It's like they don't want to see it. They're not interested in that. They like you for a whole nother reason. They don't like you. And I hate this to be that harsh. And I said that earlier, I was direct. It's not even about you. It's about them. Because really, again, some people like who likes them. And they like the fact that they like you. That you like them, but they're not really. They're like, okay, they'll do, but they're waiting for something that they're like. Don't be nobody's placeholder. And again, you have to ask difficult questions that you don't want to hear the answer to. Ask those questions that will end your relationship. If you're not happy with the answer, ask those questions. And if you catch them in a lie, pertaining to those important questions in the relationship because they didn't care enough about you to be honest. You can't say you trust someone if they're dishonest with you about themselves and what they expect. And time out for game. Game is for suckers. I'm sorry. My game is no game.
No game at all. That's it.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna be committed to you. I'm gonna work hard for you. I'm about what you on, and I love who she is as a person. And another thing with love too is that
and who he's becoming.
Another thing with love is I'm willing to work hard in the areas that you're not strong in. I'm willing to commit to improving you in those areas. That's how you know somebody loves you. It's like, okay, I'm willing to help you get to the next level. So if you can't look at somebody and say, I'm willing to work with you through that, get out that relationship.
Oh, that's good.
Because you're wasting their time. You're not improving them. And if you're not improving them, you're hurting them. And to me, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with anything that's allowing me to stay in a place of negativity and pain and suffering. And they see that I'm suffering and they don't care nothing about me enough to do anything about it.
One more quick thing. I know this video is going way over its time, but one thing you have to be careful too is making sure you're being real. Like you're being who you really are. You're really being authentic, because how can I get mad at him because he never got to know me, or but I never was real about who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kept so much secrets or so much about me. I hid all the bad things or whatever. So it's like my thing is that we had our conversation even before we got serious, when we like laid out everything that was like horrible about us, everything, all of our secrets, everything that we would never want to tell anybody about who we were. And then we always ask, when we got done, we're like, you still want me? Like, are you, because my thing is, number one is like, I'm giving him the option to decide whether he want to deal with those issues or those things that might come up later on. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not real about who I am, if I'm hiding, my true self, even, if I need help in certain areas, it's okay for him to see that. So he can either say, yeah, I want to help you with that, going with what you said, or I don't want to help you with that. I don't want to be that for you. Like, I feel like you should be over that. Some people can handle it, some people can't. So why wait years to figure that out when you can just be honest and transparent about where you are, your struggles, allow them to see it. Don't always show show everything that's great about you. There's flaws. And let them have the opportunity to decide, and you need to know, can they handle you? I mean, what good is it to marry somebody that they can't handle when you're going through certain things and they don't know what to say or what to do, and then you get mad at them. Mm-hmm. And it's not even their fault. Mm-hmm. But that's it. Yeah. It's not their fault, because you were never really honest about it, and you never gave them an opportunity to see if this is something that he can even handle. Mm-hmm. And so all this stuff comes out when you're like deep in a relationship, or you're engaged, or you're married, and then now we got to figure this stuff out, when a lot of this stuff can be resolved. And if it wasn't meant to be, it could have just been over, and you could have been with someone that could handle it, because that's a big thing. I want him to be able to handle my stuff. So that's all.
All right, y'all. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you all tuning in. Until next time, we want you to what?
Jump in. See you guys later.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Love, love, love.